Welcome to the Amnayalife podcast. Today we will talk about what happens when you finally get to work abroad after years of English study, but feel completely isolated and disappointed when real connection doesn't happen. I'm your host, Jack Smith, and I'm here with欣穎, who has an incredible story to share about her English learning journey.欣穎, thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me, Jack. This topic is so real for a lot of people. I'm a little nervous, but I'm thankful for this chance to share.
Here's something bold to start with. We're told, just go abroad and your English will magically improve and you'll have an amazing experience. But in reality, so many Taiwanese who work or travel abroad end up sitting alone in their rooms, unable to make real friends even though they should be fluent. Why does that happen?
Yes, I believe that too. I thought just by getting a working holiday visa in Australia, my English would get better and I'd have this exciting social life. Instead, I struggled from the very first week to even join simple conversations, let alone make friends. It was honestly kind of lonely.
That's exactly it. People think, if I go to an English-speaking country, I'll be forced to improve. But they don't tell us how intense that isolation can feel when things don't click.
Right, and you can do well on tests in Taiwan or even understand TV shows, but when you're there in the real situation, everything feels different. I questioned if something was wrong with me.
What's interesting is we mostly talk about people leveling up by going abroad. But no one prepares you for the reality of feeling like an outsider or being afraid to even try real conversations for fear of rejection.
Exactly. You expect connection, but it's just awkwardness and distance. No one talks about the disappointment, but it's very real.
And that hidden disappointment can build into shame and self-blame. Today, we're going deep into why it happens and how you turned it around.
If my story can help just one person feel less alone, then it's worth it.
Before we dive deeper into欣穎's story, I want to let you know if you're struggling with the same challenges we're talking about today, there's a free class I've created that breaks down the real reasons blocking your English fluency. You can find the link in the episode description. It's going to show you exactly how to remove these blocks. Okay,欣穎, let's get into your story.
Sounds good, Jack. So, this all started in Melbourne. I arrived for my working holiday at age 26. Super hopeful. I got a job at a tourist cafe on my second week. My English test scores were high, so I thought, great, I'm ready. But on my first day, the staff were joking and talking so fast. Honestly, I couldn't follow the conversations, even though I'd studied for years.
That's the classic shock. Real English in the wild is fast, full of slang, and totally different from textbooks. And you can go from feeling confident to lost in seconds.
Yes, exactly. They'd say things like, "Want to grab a cuppa after?" or "No worries, mate." And I'd just nod, pretending I understood. After work, everyone would invite each other out, but I never got the invite. I didn't know how to jump in, so I just kept to myself.
What I see all the time, and you nailed it, is that our silent confusion gets misread as shyness or even disinterest. But really inside, you just want to belong.
Yes, I felt ashamed. Each night, I'd eat instant noodles in my tiny hostel room, watching Instagram stories of other people traveling and making friends. I started thinking, maybe I'm not friendly enough, or maybe my English just isn't good enough.
That isolation and the feeling of watching life from the outside is seriously painful. It's not about language, but about connection and how threatening it feels to risk opening up.
I also remember going to the staff meal one weekend, trying to sit near some coworkers. They casually switched to their inside jokes, and I had nothing to add. I just listened, hoping they wouldn't notice how quiet I was.
And what I notice is these moments build up and reinforce the story. I don't belong here.
Yes. The worst day came after a month. There was a staff birthday party, but I only found out through an Instagram post after it was over. No one had thought to invite me. That was my breaking point.
That's rough. In those moments, it's so easy to spiral into, it's my fault, or I'm just invisible.
That night, I remember crying and thinking, Why did I come here? I left everything behind, but I'm more alone than ever. The self-talk in my head was brutal. Your English isn't good enough. You're just too weird to fit in.
Here's what's below the surface. Your brain is equating social struggle with language ability, but the deeper pain is about identity, not just words.
Deep down, I was terrified. Had I wasted all those years? Was I too old to change? The fear made me want to give up and go home.
But the reality is, this kind of disappointment is actually a crossroads. Most people want to give up, but some people like you find a new way through.
What shifted things was honestly small. A new girl named Priya joined the cafe. On her first day, she smiled at me and said, "Hey, I love your lunchbox. Where are you from?" I hesitated, but for the first time, I let myself answer honestly, with mistakes and all. She nodded, asked more, and we ended up talking the whole break. And
that's so important. It wasn't about perfect English. The willingness to be vulnerable, even a little awkward, set the stage for real connection.
Yes. Nah, Priya didn't care if my grammar was perfect. Ever since then, I stopped waiting for someone to invite me, and I made one small effort every day, like asking someone, "How was your weekend?" Or just joining a table at break.
What stands out is you reduced your risk, tiny daily actions, not all at once. That's how people actually build confidence and resilience.
For sure. It didn't happen overnight, but slowly, the staff warmed up. People started opening up too, sharing about their homes or asking about mine.
And what actually changed? Not just your English, but your belief about belonging.
The key was realizing that everyone feels a bit like an outsider, like sometimes. And once I stopped hiding, it became easier to join in, mistakes and all.
I love that your story shows it's not about being fluent, but being present. Looking at your story, the biggest block was thinking English ability equals acceptance. But it's really the willingness to take social risks, bit by bit, that builds connection abroad.
I agree. I thought, if I can't talk perfectly, I can't belong. But the opposite is true. Honest effort matters more than accuracy.
It's a cultural script, right? In Taiwan, we're taught to wait to be invited, or avoid drawing attention if uncertain.
Yes, and that script keeps us isolated when we go overseas. You have to unlearn it a little, or you just stay invisible.
The mindset shift you made was from, am I good enough for them? To, can I connect with just one person?
Once I changed my goal from impressing everyone to getting to know one person at a time, things clicked.
And what's difficult is that requires courage over and over, even when it feels uncomfortable.
I still had awkward days, but each small success, one smile, one joke, one shared lunch, built my confidence.
So, how would you handle starting over in Melbourne now?
I'd remind myself that nobody's judging me as much as I judge myself. I'd start with one person, not the whole group.
That sounds lighter, more real. You're leading with curiosity, not fear.
It makes all the difference. Now, I even help new coworkers feel welcome so they don't feel alone like I did.
This loneliness is so common. I hear it from so many Taiwanese who go abroad.
And sometimes the loneliest people look the most confident outside. If you're struggling, it's not just you.
The main reason it's so hard to break through is nobody teaches how to connect, only how to study English.
Exactly, but connection is a skill too. You can practice it step by step. For people listening, here are my tips. First, make one small social move each day. Smile, greet, or ask a question, even if it feels silly.
That's perfect. It lowers the barrier, and every tiny act builds muscle for connection.
Second, don't wait for big invitations. Make invitations yourself, like asking someone to grab coffee or join your table even just once.
That changes everything because now you're in control of your experience.
Third, practice self-kindness. After a lonely day, instead of blaming your English, write down one thing you did well. Maybe you tried a new phrase or just showed up.
That's key. Self-kindness resets your brain so you're willing to keep trying instead of shutting down.
The days I celebrated small wins, I kept moving forward even after bad days.
Xin Ying, your story proves connection and confidence abroad come from action, not waiting to be good enough.
Thank you, Jack. Anyone listening, please don't measure your worth by perfect English or instant popularity. Step out just one and keep going.
Real growth looks messy. When you show up as yourself, little by little, your world will grow.
Imagine looking back and seeing a year full of laughter, memories, and real friendships you built by not giving up.
That's what's possible. Not magic after going abroad, but connection, step by step.
You have more courage than you think. Give yourself a chance.
Xinying, thank you so much for being here today and sharing your story with us. I know our listeners are going to find so much value in what you've shared.
Thank you for having me, Jack. If one person feels less alone, it's worth it.
I'm sure it will. And everyone listening, if you want to discover the real reasons that are blocking you from speaking English fluently, click the link in this episode to watch a free class that will show you how to remove these blocks.